Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the garden. Today I'm going to do an update on this garden arch. As you can see, Theodore is back there. He's always involved in whatever's going on around the garden, but this is the arch that we put in this summer. And we did a jasmine on this side, and we did a climbing rose on this side. Here's our progress. We're going way far up the arch, almost to the curve there of the arch. We have jasmine now, which is really cool. If you guys watched my previous video, you would know that the jasmine was just about right there when we first put it in the garden, but she's really taken off way far up the arch. And in the last video I explained these right here are the UV faux flowers, just to add some color around the yard. I already had them when I moved here, so I just put them in these pots when I put them in. And here is our climbing rose. I believe she's supposed to be red when she blooms, but she's really going. She only had like 2 stems when we started this, and as you can see, she had lots more. And she is this far up the arch. Of course, our jasmines went a lot further, but you can see where we are. We're about halfway up the side with the climbing rose. And you guys let me know. I've been trying to think of a way to anchor these vines here from the rose onto the arch. So if y'all know anything that I could use that won't damage the plant, please put it in the comments below. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and pan out. There's Theodore back there. I guess there he goes. There's Theodore doing his little garden thing he does every day, checking everything out, smelling for critters. And there's the garden arch. Also, behind the scenes, while I have you all here, I had cucumbers along this fence line here. I had potatoes and beans along the fence line back here. And I've taken them all out. They all finished doing what they were doing. I did not get any lemon cucumbers this season, but I did get them started from seed, and that was exciting. So next year, we're gonna do things a little bit different, but that is the update back there. We've taken everything in. We're gonna be extending that fence soon. So that's the plan. So we're not gonna put anything else on that fence until it's definitely done. Here is the rose garden. It does need to be de-weeded and it needs to be cut, but this is real life where we are right now. In the future, we are going to be doing some mulching, and we're going to finish all the pavers around this. Hopefully this season we'll get that all done, but we don't really get cold weather here until the end of October, and even then it's just little snaps. Y'all, look at my hibiscus. Those bunny rabbits have really done a number on my hibiscus. It's mowed down to almost nothing, which is really just concerning. I think I'm gonna have to put a little fence or something around it if I want it to be able to grow and do anything, because it literally looks like they just been chomping away. This is our Rose of Sharon right here. I know everything's kind of grown up around it, but this is the Rose of Sharon. We're hoping that she does good through the winter and we get her back next year, because I think next year is when she's really going to shoot up. I know they say sometimes it takes a year or 2 for them to really do their thing, but here's one of our elephant ears and our broomstick. Here's our banana tree. Doing good. And then here's some more elephant ears that we put in. And there's some there. And then this was the big pink one, the big pink and green one that was at the end of the tropical garden. Everything's pretty much died back on this one. I'm not sure what happened. It was doing really great, and then all of a sudden it started just disappearing. So I'm gonna see if that's gonna come back before we plant anything else there, because one of the elephant ears right here actually was originally planted right here, and that one died back, and then it popped up right here to be really cute and doing good. So I'm not really going to do anything with this area until we see what's going to pop back up, if anything. So probably be next spring until we do anything there, or even the summer. But yeah, guys, that is how our little garden is doing. The heat from the summer really done a number on all these new plants. Like, nothing that you see here was already established. We put this in this summer, and so I think that whatever makes it through the winter and comes back in the spring. Oh, say hello, Theodore. Teddy. He's sniffing out them rabbits. He's so convinced that he's gonna get one day. Hey, Teddy. Good morning, buddy. But yeah. That's like my favorite plant in the world, so for them to be tearing it up makes me mad. I'm gonna have to put something around that little fence or something. And there's one of our roses. And here is another one. They're doing good. I think they'll make it through the winter. We do get pretty cold here though, but we have about 8 to 10 weeks of winter, and that's it. And like I said, our first cold snap don't even show up until like the end of October, November. This is the update. This is the update on our beds out by the road and the driveway. Again, they all need to be weeded and tended to, put mulch down. I'm going to add some soil around these. I'm going to try to do that before winter gets here, just to give them some more protection during the freezes, because we do get freezes here. Limited time, like I said, only about 8 to 10 weeks of cold weather, but we do get it. But they're growing pretty good. It looks like everybody's getting rooted. You'll see some of those brown leaves and stuff from where they were trying to get themselves established. Yeah, that's the broomstick I put out here. I think he's just getting too much sun, and I don't think he's gonna make it, to be honest, because it's more of a shaded plant. I didn't realize that in the very beginning, but the one that I planted over in the shade is doing really well. And this sucker right here, he looks like he's pretty much done. So, but yeah, the brown leaves on there is just the ones that have died off as it's gotten itself established. And then we got new growth coming up all around in some of these. And as I said, this one right here, you can see past some of these weeds. It's gotten really big since I put it in there. And then that's the magnolia that was in here, and our gardenia bush right there. So yeah, we're gonna be doing some prep work on the gardens to get ready for the fall and winter. And as you all know, the main garden area up front by the house is going to be getting a overhaul before you know, we get too far into fall. I got some new beds coming, and we're going to be doing a lot of work in there to kind of clear it out, get everything put in and ready for the season. And then next spring, we're probably going to be putting in some more garden beds. As we're here on the property, it's coming up about a year and a half now, and I'm starting to get ideas of where we want to place things and what type of gardens that we want to do. And there's going to be a lot of gardens coming up in the future. I really am finding out that I love flowers. So next spring, I'm really interested to see what type of flowers that I'm going to be able to grow, as well as, you know, different vegetables and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you all in the next one.